What's going on, guys? Nick here, back at it again with another JavaScript and jQuery tutorial. And today we're going to be talking about arrays. Not arrays. I know everybody wants arrays, but today we're going to be talking about arrays. And arrays are nothing more than a special type of variable. In this case, these variables don't have one value. They have multiple values, a list of values. You should consider using an array whenever you are working with a list or a set of values that are related to one another. So you can think of an array as somewhat of a shopping list. Say, for example, you end up running out of groceries in the house. You gotta go to the store, need to buy some eggs, perhaps some bread, maybe some water, and I don't know, some salmon and some Hawaiian punch. You're going to take all of the items that you need and you're going to write them down on a sheet of paper that's going to create your shopping list. Well, in a real world, you'll write these down on paper, or you can type them and print them out and take them to the store. However, in a computational world, in the computer, you're going to code these in and you're going to put them into something that's called an array. So let's figure out how to do that. Let's go on ahead and make our shopping list. So if you're taking a look at my text editor right now, I have this week's or this particular class's HTML document on my right side. And if you take a look at my left side, I have a blank JavaScript document, okay? If you don't remember how to create a JavaScript document, I'm gonna say go back to one of the earlier videos, but I'm gonna be nice and this is gonna be my last time being nice. You're gonna go to File, you're gonna click New. And remember, it's going to generate a new document, but we have to save it with a JavaScript file type. And to do that, we just go back to File, Save As. And when it comes up, we just save it with the .js file type. But since mine is already correct, I'm just going to cancel out of here. And we're going to go on ahead and create our first array. So let's do it. Just like any other variable, arrays too begin with var. We type in the name of our array. And now all we do is add all of our items. We're going to do this in brackets, and each individual item is going to be encased within quotes. So we're going to buy some coffee. We're also going to get some water. I don't know what else I said before, but in this case, we need some toilet paper, some salmon, and also I'm going to buy some batteries because my remote's not working anymore. So didn't get any food at all. Typical shopping list. You never go to the store and get what you need. That's why I hate going to Walmart. So boom, we have our shopping list array. Congratulations. Now we need to figure out a way to call this array and call these particular items within our HTML document. Well, remember, we're going to do this in the same exact fashion as we call any other variable within our HTML document. Okay? So we need to refer to the element in our HTML document. So I'm going to create another variable that's called L, which stands for element. L shopping list is equal to our document object, which is going to do the get element by ID method. And we're going to pass through the element parameter that we're referring to, which is going to be called shopping list. That's the name of the element that we want to pass the item in within our variable. All right, so now that we have that, now we're just going to update the content within it. So we call the variable that we just created. Text content, which is the parameter, which is the property. Now, here's the caveat to our shopping list array. Whenever you call the items within your array, you do this in a different manner. We're going to do this in something that's called an index, okay? So each particular item in our array is automatically given a number, like I said, that's called an index. This can be used to access specific items in the array. Now, arrays do not begin with the number 1. Like I said, computers, they don't abide by real world rules, okay? In this case, items start with the number 0. So coffee is going to be item number 0, water is number 1, toilet paper is number 2, salmon is number 3, and batteries is number 4. Okay? Kind of weird, but this is just something that you're gonna have to remember, unfortunately. Now, if we wanted to access the first item in our array, which is coffee, we would simply pass through our shopping list array variable. And then we just enter in the number 0. Boom. I save it. And now let's go on ahead and run our JavaScript, or run our HTML rather. And let's see, if everything works perfect, we should have the first item in our shopping list, which is coffee. Great. That's beautiful. Now, I'm pretty sure some of you all are wondering, hey, what if I want to pass through all of the items within my array? Unfortunately, I mean, there is a way that you can do that, but it's a bit strenuous and I don't want to show you at this point in time, so we're going to learn about that later. But typically, arrays are used to pass through one item. However, the variable itself encases multiple values within it. So, what if I wanted to retrieve the third item within our list? Okay. Well, the array name is going to be specified along with the index number in those square brackets as I just did. So let's try it again. Let's take out item number 0 and let's say, you know what, instead, I want to pass through, I don't know, water, our water item, which is going to be item number 1 in this case. So I said, okay, that's great. I changed my 0 to a 1. I save it. And there it is. I open up my document and it automatically updates it to water. Now you also might be thinking, well, Nick, this doesn't really look like a list right now. I mean, we only have one item in there. Well, in this case, what we would do is we'd come back down. I'd have to go over, create another heading element, and then I'll give it the ID name of shopping list 1. I'll save it, and then we'll come back over here and we'll do this entire process. Well, we won't do this entire process all over again, but in this case, we'll refer to the new element that we just created. So we'll create a new variable. We'll say L shopping list 1, since that's the new ID that we just created for the new heading element, equals document dot get element by ID shopping list 1 pass through my property of updating the text content, and I say it's equal to the variable that we just created. And now in this case, it's gonna have item number, we'll say 2. So we'll get the toilet paper now. Okay. So then I come back over. As you can see now, I have my toilet paper. Now the good part about this is, once again, I can dynamically change my content within my JavaScript. So yeah, it seems like a little bit of a strenuous task to have to do that, but if we particularly need something to update within our HTML, we can easily do that, since now we're dealing with JavaScript and we don't have to go in and change anything within our HTML one by one by one by one by one. Okay? So something else about arrays. Arrays also have a property called length. And all length does is hold the number of items in the array. Okay? So in this case, the length property would be 5, right? Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items within our shopping list. So let's see how we can call that. And we do it in the exact same way, remember, as we do our all the rest of our properties. So we'll say shopping list dot length, and we can tack this on to a brand new variable. So we can call this length underscore shopping list. And it's always good to name variables with a name that has to do with what they actually have to do with. So you wouldn't want to go in and name a shopping list variable or a variable that has to do with the shopping list. I don't know, like a Christmas present or something that doesn't have to do with the shopping list. Always make sure that your variables are named what they specifically have to do with. It's going to make your life a heck of a lot easier. Okay. Again, I wouldn't want to call my shopping list variable names or something, or person names. You're not going to go out and shop for people. Okay. And now if I want to actually call the length of my shopping list, I can say alert length. I messed that up. Oops, rookie mistake. Erase this, and now we're going to make a variable that's called length underscore shopping list. Is equal to shopping list, our shopping list variable, dot length. Now I'm going to go down and I'm going to alert length underscore shopping list. I save it. And as you can see, when it runs, it has the length of our variable, of our array, containing all of our shopping list items, the number of the shopping list items that we have within that array. So pretty cool. Last but not least, one more thing about arrays. What if I wanted to change the value in an array? So what if I say, you know what? I already have water at the house. I didn't see it. I want to go in and now I want to update it. Well, what we would do is type out the name of that array, which is called shopping list. I put the item number that I want to update. So in this case, since I want to update water, I know that's item number 1, not 0, and not 2. I'll say equals, I don't know, instead of buying water, we want apple juice, because apple juice is good for the soul. When I save it, we're going to call it. So I'm going to erase it from here. I'm going to put this down here. And now let's run it. Don't be giving me any errors. So boom, it alerts us with the number. Click OK. And it gives me my apple juice. And once again, it gives me my toilet paper. Great. That is exactly what I am wanting. Okay. So remember, first line of code up here, it creates the array containing the list of the items that we want. Okay. Since we created the array, now remember we wanted to update one of the items within our list. So instead, yeah, we have water, which the array picks up at first, but whenever we change it, we can change it anywhere within our JavaScript as long as this particular variable has been specified already. So down towards the bottom, we just specified the array, the particular item number that we wanted to update, and we just gave it a brand new value. We passed that value back through, and now it's been updated as you saw whenever we ran the document. Okay. So as far as arrays go, we're going to be working with those a little bit more in depth as time progresses, but I just wanted to give you all an intro on arrays. So that's all I got. In the next class, we're going to be talking about expressions, which are going to be super cool, which have a little bit to do with some array values in a certain way. And also we're going to be talking about operators. So I'm starving once again, as always. It's time for me to go and actually put this shopping list to use so I won't starve to death. So that's what I'm going to go do. Talk to you guys later. Bye.